Hello, friends! I hope you're all doing well. I'm Natalia Bliss, a singer, pianist, and vocal technique teacher. Today, we have a battle video. A face-off between belting and the mixed voice technique. Let's see which technique is better and how we can use each of them. Please write to me in the comments about the videos and exercises you would like to see on my channel because I want to be helpful and assist you in developing and improving your vocal technique. First, let's explore what these two techniques, belting and mixed voice, have in common. Both techniques serve to sing high notes with power. The second commonality is that belting and mixed voice are both supported voices. In fact, it can be said that we have the supported chest voice, which is belting, and the supported head voice, which is mixed voice. Belting comes from the word belt, so it's a well-supported voice. The third thing they have in common is that both belting and mixed voice are highly projected voices. When one sings a note with belting or mixed voice, it has to sound very projected and sharp. The vocal cords need to be tightly closed. It's not an airy voice. Here are some examples of Dimash Kudaibergen. I discovered this singer recently, and in his live performances, he employs many different techniques. He uses belting and also incorporates mixed voice. So if these two techniques are so similar, what is the difference between them? The biggest difference is that with belting, we sing using the chest register, while with mixed voice, we sing between the head and chest registers. Although we aim to make the mixed voice sound very similar to belting, the physical sensation is different. Both techniques require physical preparation and a certain level of vocal technique. But I would say that singing with mixed voice is physically easier and requires less effort than singing the same high note with a strong belting. In fact, if a singer who doesn't yet have good technique tries to sing for an extended period, abusing belting, they will feel vocal fatigue very soon. On the other hand, damaging your voice by singing too much with mixed voice is quite challenging. So, in a way, mixed voice is a healthier and safer technique than belting. Although it all comes down to good vocal technique. Another difference between mixed voice and belting is that in some cases, belting is irreplaceable because it provides the effect of a full, grand, dramatic, powerful voice. In most cases, we will use the belting technique at the culmination of a song that requires power and drama. Here, I'm going to share some good belting moments with you. I love 80s rockers. I believe they were very skilled in belting, especially Freddie Mercury. He's a true belter in belting. Adele is using belting. Her voice sounds very big and has a lot of body, very powerful. But a few years ago, Adele had problems with her vocal cords precisely because she abused belting too much. I mean, it's always good to use it when we are within our vocal range, but it's not good to abuse it in the very high chest notes that are already at the limit of our register, because it's something that will gradually wear out our vocal cords if we abuse it too much. What advantage does the mixed voice have? With mixed voice, you can reach very high, even super high notes and still achieve a fairly powerful and sharp sound. Obviously, this technique requires a lot of training, especially in closing the vocal cords well, because a pure head voice tends to sound very airy. Instead, we need to focus on support, vocal cord closure, and the position of our mouth, the vocal aperture, to make the voice sound sharp. And now, let's see when and where we can use the belting technique and the mixed voice technique. I always recommend to my students that they learn to use both techniques because that way, one has more tools to choose which technique to use at each moment of the song. As for me, I use these two techniques. In my case, I'm a mezzo-soprano, and my passaggio is between F4 and G4. I am comfortable singing with my chest voice up to A4 and B4. I can reach with the belting technique up to EB5, which is quite high for a mezzo-soprano, but I rarely use these notes in my concerts. In some recordings, I can do it, but I will never do it in a live performance because, for me, it's an unnecessary effort. If I have to sing about 20 to 25 songs live, I will use the belting technique up to AC5, that is, before reaching my chest register limit. Starting from C5, I will use the mixed voice technique. So, I recommend working and training both techniques. Here's my training for mixed voice in my warm-up playlist. You can find more exercises to train the mixed voice, and soon I'll prepare exercises to develop belting. Keep in mind that belting and mixed voice are both advanced vocal techniques. To develop these techniques, you need a certain preparation of your breathing, your diaphragm. You need to know what vocal aperture is, and above all, you have to work a lot on the resonators and vocal projection. The mixed voice technique is widely used in musical theater. It's essentially a blend of classical lyrical technique and modern technique. It resembles classical technique because we sing with the head register, in this case, but it also has a touch of modern technique because we add more body and projection to this head voice. The passaggio is also super important when developing these two techniques because when we talk about belting, you have to control the passaggio really well to avoid any breaks in your voice. To control the mixed voice, you also have to handle the passaggio well to be able to quickly switch from chest voice to head voice without getting confused. To develop both techniques effectively, I would recommend working on the twang technique. If you still don't know how to project your voice and resonate it, it will be quite challenging to develop these techniques. Keep in mind that belting and mixed voice are not so much about strength but rather about control. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, hit the red subscribe button, and also click on the bell icon to receive all my new videos. Keep improving your technique, and I wish you to enjoy and revel in your voice.